Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the FMB Women's Super League Highlight Show. We're back and we've upgraded a few things, as you can see. My name is Emmanuel Inkara, and I'm obviously joined by my two co-hosts, Lydiana and Brenda. Ladies, how are you doing?
I'm doing lovely. I'm super excited to be back once again. This was such a long break, but once again we're back and we're excited to talk all things women's football. I'm doing fantastic. It's great to be back after a long hiatus, and of course with the cup in our hands.
Yeah, the cup and the hiatus. We had an hiatus because the brave gladiators went to South Africa, came back with a cup. What are your overall thoughts on such a beautiful victory?
This is such a milestone. It's a great achievement for the players and the technical team. I think this is an exciting time for women in Namibia. This is something that is long overdue, and we are super proud of each and every one that could contribute to this victory.
Yeah.
Exactly, just to add on to what Lydiana said, I mean, bringing this cup home doesn't just mean that we are winners in general. How much effort it took for us to get to that level, in Women's Football League. And now all of a sudden, everybody's talking about ladies on the pitch, so it means a lot.
Yeah. Thank you to our window. Thank you to Hanavi. Thank you to Blow. Thank you to Memory. Thank you to Zanita Coleman, player of the tournament. Thank you to Kachavi, my player of the tournament. But overall, great work, and to Coach Lucky as well. Let's come back to the league. We had games over the weekend. Let's look at the results. The results on your screen right there. And we have some highlights, but some talking points we will just look at first. Mighty Angels losing 5-1 against FC Ongos. Absolutely destroyed in that one, unfortunately, for the promoted team. And then we do have Arrows Ladies versus Komasnampo. We have the highlights for that. Mighty Gunners beating Nas Babes 3-2 in a very edgy game for the champions, it must be said. Ventuk City, our very own Ventuk City, defeating V Power Angels 2-1, and African Stars still on winning ways on Saturday, 1-0 against Jalino Athletic Ladies. So before we look at the highlights of the Mighty Gunners versus Nast game and the Ventuk City versus V Power game, any results just standing out to you there in that comeback weekend?
I think the Nas versus Mighty Gunners game, we would expect Mighty Gunners coming from the national team. They have close to 6 players coming from the Kosafa team. So I was expecting to see a better performance from them. But Nas was able to hold their ground against them. Nas even scored the first goal against them. So they were training at some point. I think Nas did a really good job in trying to, shake the champions to give them a run for their money.
Yeah. And yourself, Brenda?
When it comes to, I'd say the game that for me, FC almost 5-1. That's big, But we can also say FC almost. They are also, content, players in the game. So I'll say we were expecting them to win at the end of the day, and they kept their guard very well.
Yeah. Now let's look at the highlights of the games that we did capture on the Saturday round number 8. And those were the highlights for round 8. So, yes, the game Arrows versus Komas Nampo, Brenda, a 1-0 victory for the veteran team.
I mean, with IE scoring that one goal and then the first goal of the season, if I'm not
the
wrong,
first goal of the season.
quite exceptional. It's if we have to look at them defending their territory, you'd say yes, because as Liana said in our previous episodes, it's not about how many goals you've scored, it's about how good are you defending your goal and your post. So I'd say kudos to them.
Yeah, good clean sheet there as well. Lydiana, for Windhoek City, yo span.
I think a very important 3 points were collected on that day because Windhoek City finally had players coming back from injury, like the likes of Wanda, the captain, and also our goalkeeper, Hilde, also came back from an injury. So I think the morale was boosted on that day. We ended 1-1 at halftime. But like I mentioned before, this team is a team that is able to play. This is a team that is able to connect passes, and we know where the goal is. So, and our goal that day was to collect 3 points, and that is what we did exactly on that day. And yeah, the 3 points, a very crucial 3 points were collected.
Yeah, indeed. An important 3 points for Windhoek City, indeed. And speaking of Komas Nampo, we did have words from the head coach of Komas Nampo, Miss Novata Polis. Here's what she had to say.
It was not an easy game, but we managed to score that one goal. It was basically on the strength of the team, whereby we have our very best defender that can score from the header. And I told her, each and every corner, you need to be there. You need to be at the far post so that you can run in and score those corners. But it happens, we score from the corner, and I'm happy. They mess up at times, but then they regroup again and focus on the game plan. And it was not easy. Arrows was coming full force. They wanted at least maybe to equalize, but I told the team to just calm down, relax, and put the ball down, start knocking, and that is where we came in the game. These 3 points means a lot to the team because as we speak, currently we were at the 6th position. We played 7 games and lost 4, win only 3. And this is the motivations of the players that we can do it.
And that was the head coach of Komas Nampo, Miss Polis. Yeah, those are the highlights and the results of round 8. Catch us after the break and we'll have round 9's results for you. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the FMB Women's Super League highlight show. Now we're going into round number 9, which was the Sunday. And here are the results for round 9. Mighty Angels getting a point versus Jalino Athletic. African Stars finally getting a loss against the big team, the big time FC Ongos. Unambokis still undefeated, defeating Komas Nampo 2-1. A big result. Mighty Gunners Ladies defeating V-Power Angels 8-1. Yes, 8-1. Windhoek City also getting 3 points against Nast Babes 2-0. So let's have the highlights of that undefeated team in Unampokis against Komas Nampo. Here are the highlights. And those were the highlights of the 2-1 victory for Unam Bokis against Komas Nampo. Unam are on a roll here. They are not stopping this engine of undefeatedness. And top of they have one game in hand because they didn't play on the Saturday, but still a very good victory.
Yes, I've mentioned this before. Unam is a team that was rebuilding last season, and you can see the fruits right now. Unam is ready to take this title, and Unam is, let's call them the giant slayers. They are slaying everyone in their path because they really want this. And you can see by the style that they play, you see the influence of the players that they have, like the likes of Historina always showing up, stepping up every single game and showing why she deserves to play. And then you see the influence of a Hanavi Kosafa champion showing the class that she possesses, also scoring against Komas Napol. Came here to collect the maximum points, and they've been doing it. They are on such a great form, and you can see by the style of play that they had. So Unam is really ready to be champions.
Yeah. And for the champions, Mighty Gunners, they did what champions do. 8-1 versus V Power Angels. Absolutely brilliant.
Very stunning. I think when it comes to Viola V, she did exceptional. 4 goals.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a lot on its own. And she's reaffirming her position, in the football world of women, that I am a player and I deserve to be in this position. And, in as much as she scored the 4 goals, she allowed her other team members to also come forward and just also own it together as a team, as they should be doing as well.
Yeah, a statement by the champions to say, ons is nog hierso. And for Windhoek City, we had words with the coach, Hafeni Daitungwa. Let's see what he had to say after their victory against Nas Babes.
I think we're just more clinical in our chances. We really didn't play the best game. Nas had their fair chances, but at the end of the day, we were very much clinical in taking our chances. Yeah, I don't think we executed the game plan at all. I think it was just it just went down to individual brilliance at the end of the day. We were very poor on the pitch, but at the same time, sometimes we need to play, ugly in order to win, to get the 3 points. Yeah, I mean, it's 6 points. We are up there, still chasing the pack, but we are in a position way better than we were last season. So last season, a game like this, we would lose a game, but this time we are strong mentally, and it's a very, very good boost for the team to have a situation where we can actually grind out results against tough oppositions like NAS.
Those are the words of the head coach of Windhoek City, Coach Hafeni Daitunga, with a 6-point weekend. And after the break, we'll have Team of the Month, fixtures, and the log table on the FMB Women's Super League highlight show. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the FMB Women's Super League highlight show, presented by Mass TV and powered by FMB. Now, ladies, it is Team of the Month time. And as the viewers can see on their screen, that is the Team of the Month. Diana, who is the player that you want to give a little bit of props for?
I think that's a question that shouldn't be asked. Obviously, I want to talk about the player of the month, Yvonne Nange, the Angolan international. She missed out on the first few matches. And when she came in the league, she made a statement, and this is that she's ready to take over, the crown of being player of the season. She's performing so well. Her consistency is very commendable as well. African Stars have really brought a great player to their team, and you can see with the way she plays.
Yeah. And you, Brenda?
I have 3 players. I have Yvonne Cooper, I have Melissa, and I have Anavi. When it comes to Melissa, clean sheets, right? And we're looking at, Yvonne Cooper, she has potential. She's consistent throughout, Team of the Month. And then you have it, Hanavi, when it comes to, supporting, she really assists when it comes to the goals, and she deserves to be on the team.
Yeah, Hanavi has 6 assists in February alone. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is Team of the Month. Now, let's get to the log table. Not a lot of changes, but still, it's getting hot at the top of the table. for you, Letiana, what can you see is forming? We must remember that UNAM Bokis do have a game in hand, but are the top three starting to leave the rest of the pack behind?
No, I wouldn't say that, because when you look at the point difference, it could change in a weekend. When a team on top loses 2 matches and a team at the bottom, let's say in the 5th place, like Windhoek City, gains those 6 points in a weekend, things could change. But I think a very good time to be on top right now. The top 3 teams really fighting for, to maintain that position, whereas we have the top bottom teams, fighting for dear life, not getting the points that they really need and still staying there. The log table, from the 5th position down, 6 and down, it's still the same, points have been gained, lost, but the positions remain the same. But I think great work by the top 5 teams to maintain their position in the top 5 positions. Yeah.
Yeah, and UNAM is still firing.
Undefeated.
Yeah, and let's have a look at the fixtures for the games coming up this weekend. And those were the fixtures in the next round for the FNB Women's Super League. Yeah, that is the show in our new studio. Ladies, thank you for joining me once again. And we'll see you next week. And thank you for joining us on the platform. We have so much coming up for the FNB Women's Super League highlight show. But we'll see you next time.